All right, well, I was looking through my videos and I noticed I didn't have a video about the Douglas WEB-846. I think that's the model information. I have a sound video, an audio video that I did of it, and its tone somewhere on my channel. I'm not going to be playing it here, but I didn't do an informational video on this bass, so I got a wild hair this morning and figured I'd go ahead and just do one. So here it is. This is the Douglas WEB-846 bass. I was just thinking about Doug DeMuro this morning, but I don't want to violate any copyright information, so I'm going to talk about the quirks and interesting features of this bass. And it's actually been modified, so I just did some research. I believe these are distributed by Rondo Music. These were not expensive instruments when they came out. They started selling these in 2006. I'm not sure what era this is from. Maybe one of the early ones. I have no idea. But it has a hard rock maple neck with a rosewood fingerboard, 24 frets, a basswood body, and single coil pickups. And then it had a basic preamp at that time. It also had a very cheap garbage bridge on it. String through body. I don't really care for that. I like to be able to change my strings easier. So I got this bass, I don't know, for like, this is probably, so it's 2025 now. I got this about 6 or 8 years ago for a friend for like 80 bucks or 100 bucks. I think it was like 80 bucks used, and it was silver at the time. And then I traded him a guitar or something for it, and then I started playing it. But the drummer for the band I play in also paints cars, trucks, vehicles. He paints professionally. So I asked him to paint it for me, and he painted it this really nice purple color, and it's got like a carbon fiber kind of a look on it. Really nice. Matched the headstock as well. Kind of hard to see my lighting. Not that great here, but anyways, what most impressed me about the bass is the action. So I've got the action set pretty low, and you can sight the neck, and the fretwork is not perfect. You'll see frets occasionally coming up and down, but this thing just plays great, and it doesn't sound that bad either. I had to take some plastic strips and put them over the pickups because the pole piece is stuck up, and to get the pickups close enough to the strings to where I like the tone and volume, occasionally the strings would hit those pole pieces, which is not good. So I didn't care, so I glued some polycarbonate on top of them with some, I don't know, some glue or epoxy, and now that works great. And then one day the preamp went out. So because I decided I wanted to keep this bass, I just went ahead and upgraded the preamp. I put a Guitar Fuel Tone Monster preamp in it. You can find those on eBay. This is the 3-band with the sweepable mids. Those are excellent preamps. They're very clean, no noise, and they sound great. They don't change the tone of your instrument. They do what they say they do. And at the same time, I thought, you know, let's just go ahead and update that junky bridge. So I got one from All Parts, which wasn't expensive. It was only like $40, $45 at the time for a 6-string bridge. And it also happened to match the string spacing, which is like 15 millimeters. And then I got some Goto tuning machine heads on it because the ones that it came with were also very inexpensive. And now this thing is a pretty solid bass. Sounds great. You can hear that in my other video. But actually got band practice this morning, and I'm going to bring it along and see how it sounds since we've got a new amp set up on stage, and I'll try it in that. This has more of, to me, it's got more of a more lows and highs than some of my other basses, which work best in the context that I play in, that have more like more mid-range grunt to them. So I'll try it out this morning. Let's see how it works. But I mean, I've owned Dingwalls. I have a custom Conklin right now. I've owned some really nice basses, and just playability is one thing that's really important to me, and this thing just has great action, feels great. It's got a thicker neck, which I actually like. So you can kind of see that there. It's got like a thicker D-shaped neck, and that really feels good to me. Of course, I'm 6'5" and have bigger hands, so I pick up a 4-string now and it feels like a pencil, especially after playing a 9-string for a little bit. But the only other thing I've done is I've added strap locks to it, and I tried to extend the upper one with a spacer, just to give it a little bit more. I guess the only downfall of this bass, even though it is lightweight, it does suffer from a little bit of neck dive because the upper horn does not extend up to the 12th fret, which is right here. So that is probably the only bad part about this bass. The body is just a little bit too small, or it could use an extended upper horn. So my strap, it's got a sway back to it so it doesn't dive as much. But it's not a heavy bass, so it's not that big of a deal. I just wish that would have been up a little higher for a little better balance, and that's probably the only thing I can fault on this bass. Bolt-on construction, but overall, this thing looks good, sounds good, plays good. It is good. Thanks.